Next, I'd like to call upon Dr. S.V. Ramana Rao. Dr. Ramana Rao is director of Civ Siva Institute of Management, Secunderabad, and has experience of 30 years plus both in India and abroad, working in business schools and colleges. He is an institution builder and administrator. He has guided SSIM to get accreditations like NAAC, NBA, and SAQS. He is actively involved in teaching, research, training, and consultancy works. Dr. Rao received AIMS RCM Best B School Director Award during the 32nd IMS Annual Management Education Convention held during the 26th to 28th of August 2021, organized Association Indian Management Schools IAMS. Dr. Rao will share his insights on ChatGPT and academic integrity. What drives management students to be honest or dishonest? Please welcome Dr. Ramana Rao.
Good afternoon to one and all. Thanks for the opportunity given by GRC and LOSD, right? And thanks for the nice introduction. Right from morning, we have been listening to the AI intervention in organizations, employees' productivity, and just now we heard how AI is going to help us in commuting or maybe in mobility aspects. The topic that I have chosen is slightly different from what we have been hearing right from morning, and it is more concerned about the AI and the utility of these AI tools in the academic learning space, more focused on students. Uh, Actually, the trigger point for this research is when we have given assignments or the projects to the students. Most of the times we are finding that it's a copied version earlier because of the Google, thanks to Google, and now the AI tools are helping the students to get or to complete their academic learning process, or rather it's helping them to cut down the learning time and also simply bring whatever is being produced by AI and then submitting to the professors. Because as a faculty in a business school, or for that matter in any school, the primary responsibility is imparting knowledge, and at the same time we are we have got the greater responsibility in terms of the assurance of learning. The assurance of learning would come through various methods, in that typically the assessment components that the faculty would use uh, is going to be one of the greatest tool for assessment. In that process, the assignments and projects are being used, and unfortunately these are you know not taken in its true spirit and the sense by the students. These projects or the assignments are intended to make them close to the reality, so that the gap between the theory and the practice can be bridged. But the AI tools that's available today, it has become so handy that the students are literally falling back on that. And is it really helping them for their learning purpose, or is it leading to the misuse, or rather using that as a shortcut to complete their academic learning processes? That's where uh, the trigger point has come up in one of the course business research methods, when we have given this assignment where the students were expected to come with the advertisements in relation with the sales, with the figures and all, and then subsequently there are other components being added. Out of 60 students that's there in the classroom setup and 51 students, we have found that there is AI copied content, right, from no AI component to the highest one at different levels. Then we thought that, me and my colleague thought that, yes, why don't we study and understand what prompted them to fall back on AI tools, and is it really leading to the dishonesty? Or because as in a management school, we feel, or rather, our responsibility is to make them to be ethical, so that by once they complete the course and join in the organizations, or when they go back to the society, they should exhibit, or we expect them to exhibit, ethical behavior, so that we will have the healthy environment. And yesterday we had sustainability talk also. So for a better society and for a better living conditions, each individual in the society is expected to behave ethically, and then the schools or the institutions which are producing these individuals should pick up those ethical values, so that they can exhibit the same values once they step out of the institute portals. With this the backdrop, we have studied the students, what is prompting them to resort to such kind of practices. There are different theories that's available, and to put it precisely, uh, there is a theory called social learning theory, self-determination theory, the transactional model, stress and coping, and then technology adoption model, and institutional theory. All these theories were identified. There are some specific factors that's making the students to go for usage of technology, and in that prominently we have identified 8 different factors, and then we have studied whether the students are going to use these AI technologies because of the stress that they undergo when they are in the learning process, or is it in a peer pressure, or is there anything else beyond that is making them to resort to the shortcut methods. uh, in our study we have taken 60 students. These are all part of the same group, where the faculty is teaching in a course, and then the faculty has received the assignment submitted, or rather the students have submitted their assignments, and then after going through the assignments, it's one a big surprising and shock that majority of the students have got the copied content or the AI generated content. And then we have further segregated to understand the level of AI content. One is, of course, out of 60, we have got responses from 21 students, and that there is no generated content, no AI generated content. It's only 13 out of 51. And then there are 11 reports that is less AI generated. Then there are 14 reports which are moderate in nature, and there are 13 reports wherein the high AI generated content found. So from there, we have taken 8 different parameters, academic challenges and excuses, and for that, there are different statements that's been used as a part of the questionnaire to understand the deeper insights of what is prompting the students to get into these kind of habits. The other one is personal academic commitment is another factor, then peer influence, and then perceptions of institutional environment and unfairness, and external pressure and performance anxiety, and rationalizing dishonesty is the most important one, and lack of awareness about academic dishonesty and its consequences. And the last one is the usefulness of technology in education. Each of these construct has got different statements, and then when we have administered this one, the students response has been considered, and then later we have conducted discriminant analysis, and we found that, before I get into the discriminant analysis results, then let me share few insights on the 8 constructs that we have taken are the variables, which are the prominent one based on the mean values of it. Technology usefulness in education, it is a widely accepted one. There, every student mentioned that yes, we must use technology, but whether it is for learning purpose or is it for any other, like completion of their assigned task, or maybe the assignments of the projects or a case studies, this is helping them to complete the task very very fast, because the moment you give the keywords, it's going to generate the content that's required, and then the students who are wise enough, they will try to modify and customize this. Unfortunately, majority of them would simply copy and paste it, and then it's easy for faculty to figure it out whether it is AI generated or as it genuine work that's been done by the student. And then the followed by personal academic commitment is the another most prominent one, and also peer influence is the major factor, where when we are interacted with the students, and then when they have honestly admitted that yes, my friend has done that, and let me also follow the same paths, thereby I can save my time and then spend on something else. And there's another major factor, like lack of awareness on academic dishonesty and its implications of it. In the recent past, I think maybe this is one of the factor where most of the schools, the faculty are informing the students what would be the consequences of academic dishonesty. Okay, and the guys are dare enough or bold enough to give a justification for the acts. They don't have the feel that it's an unethical practice we should not follow. They say that yeah, there are tools available. It's meant for facilitating our learning, and then this is also part of it. But in the process, what they are missing out, they were unable to realize at this point of a time. So our study has helped us to come out with some interesting facts. Uh, First and foremost thing is that the learners had a very strong conviction and the belief that technology is essential for learning. And it's an undisputed fact that even as a faculty, we strongly advocate, recommend students to use technology for learning purpose, or rather I would call it as to enhance the learning process. Like ChatGPT is one of the widely used tool among the student community, and in fact, it's the feel that we got from students that it's really making them to get the content that they wanted to have. Uh, of course, this has led to the change in the entire academic landscape, and then faculty, those who are adapting to this kind of changing environment, they will have, I would say, longevity. And those who fail in understanding these technologies, usage of the technologies, and making the students to use, where to use, when to use is a discretion of the faculty. That's where the crux comes into the picture. The faculty needs to be a little more cautious, and also they must design their honest policy in their course outline, stating that to what extent they would allow and permit the students these kind of technologies. The second one, interesting factor, is the peer influence, and this is where the schools need to come forward and have regular interactions with the students, and thereby they cannot, they won't fall prey into the peer pressure, because some of the students, without understanding and realizing the implications of the use of the AI content for completion of their academic assessments, simply friend has followed and they wanted to follow it, or majority of the class is following, they wanted to follow. So maybe the regular interactions with the students and the counseling would help them to prevent to follow the masses, and probably they can be on their own in terms of their learning process. The another important factor is the students who have got the commitment for excellence, to be an excellent and more academic focused. So for them, we have to appreciate them, and then we should also, give highest regards to these guys, those who are not dishonest. Okay, so and some of the students not aware of the school's policies with respect to the academic integrity. So that's where again, as in a school, definitely should focus, should talk more about, uh, or rather I would say educating the students on academic honesty and dishonesty, and thereby majority of them would fall into the category of honesty, and then less would be in the category of dishonesty, for a simple reason that it cannot be removed completely from the system, because the kind of environment we are in, we are compelled to use the technology, but we should sensitize them where it should be used, where it shouldn't be used. Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity.
It's a great opportunity to participate in the Global Research Conference. The organizers have made wonderful arrangements wherein we have learnings from the eminent speakers and also have the feel of the Cambridge, more so specific, King's College. It's a great opportunity to participate and learn the various aspects that are brought by the different speakers from various countries. I am very happy and thrilled to say that I am very lucky enough to have the opportunity to participate in this conference. Thank you.